Okay, once upon a time, there was this cartel. And the cartel scammed people. They were offering insurance. Insurance to cars, insurance to homes, sometimes even life insurances. They were one big company, but it was a scam. Like 1 million people were paying 130 euros each month. 1 million people. So each month they had 130 million euros. Divided over a year, that's around 1.5 billion a year in euros. And it's all a scam, but the people were not aware of it. Then one day, some people began to make videos on YouTube trying to expose that company. So what happened? Suddenly, there were more companies that rose up that spoke against that one big company, and they began to lose customers. Around 100,000 people left that insurance, and they went to another one, which was only 90 euros a month. And there were more smaller insurance companies that began to receive customers. And they lost around 80% of people that had a membership at that insurance company. So the CEO, not the owner, but the CEO of the corporation was crying. He was becoming depressed, just like many other investors. But the owner was relaxed. And they said to the owner, to the cartel leader, capo. Capo is a title in Spanish-speaking countries. They use it for drug lords, but they also use it for people that run cartels. They were saying, Capo, how can you be so at ease? Man, don't you see that we are losing? We lost over 70% of our customers. We only have like 300,000 people who are still loyal, paying their fake insurance to us, but they're not aware of it. But then the capo said, you got it all wrong. And they're asking how... They were perplexed. They were thinking, dude, are you seriously? You're about to collapse here and you are smiling? Then the capo told them, check who runs those other insurance companies. So the CEO and those investors, they looked at it and they found out that those were relatives of the capo. Or some of them were ex-fellow students that he studied with. And here's the thing. All those other insurance companies that rose up after people began to speak out against that big corporation, those are all projects of that same capo. Those are all projects of the same cartel leader, but under another name. But most people don't catch it, they don't see it. So they never lost 1 million. They still had 1 million people that were donating money onto them, not knowing it was a scam, but now they were doing it through those other organizations. And not only that, people sometimes paid only 90 euros a month now. So you may think they had a loss in income. No. Because not only did they pay 90 euros, there were also projects that the capo did through those other corporations. Like there would be breaking-ins, stores would be robbed. But those criminals that did that were hired by those same fake insurance companies, those smaller ones. And because of that, a lot of people want to have additional insurance at those smaller insurance corporations. So they still had around 1 million people as customers. Most of them were via. And not only that, they now even earned more money through the scam. But most could not see through the deception. Why did I make this video? Understand this. When you are lost, you're not following Christ, you are in the negative. And when you're in the negative, you contribute to the paranormal. Why? Because you operate in the negative. So, what happens? Satan is happy because of that. Because you're lost. You're on your way to the lake of fire. You're not following Christ. So what happens then? Satan and his demons are going to entertain you through Hollywood or through those false flag attacks or whatever to keep you in the negative. The moment people begin to realize something is up, you're going to have resistance against the system, but it's controlled opposition. Because even if those people who fight against the system mean it, they're operating in the negative. So indirectly, they're fighting for the system instead of against it. And here's the thing. If you are a cartel leader and you have this big scam that people are donating money onto you without them realizing they are scammed, if there's one individual that stopped donating, you're going to look, why did he stop donating? If they tell you that he passed away, then you think, oh well, doesn't matter. You still have so many, around 1 million still. But if the individual has stopped donating, not only did he stop donating, but he's now speaking out that why he's not donating, you're going after that individual. You know why? Because he can open other people's eyes. And man, you don't want to take the risk that a lot of people find out that it's all a scam. Because if you found out it's a scam, not only are they going to stop donating, you're also going to have a movement among the population to get their money back. And then you're in trouble. So those that donate onto you, you are not going to make this hard on them. You are going to provide them the best service there is. Why? To keep them trapped. But those that stop donating, those are the ones you're going to locate. Even if it's just a few, you're going after them. Why? Because they are a threat to your scam. That's why, believer, you receive all that resistance. That's why you go through all the tribulation. Why? Because you're out of the negative. And because you're out of the negative, you're not operating in the positive, you are a threat to the darkness. And the darkness is retaliating to prevent the light from growing. To prevent more people from leaving the darkness. Because the more people leave the darkness, the weaker the paranormal becomes. If there's a country where there lives 2 million people, and I say that from those 2 million people, 1,000 does not operate in the negative anymore, it can be that 500,000 is saved, but they're still in the negative. If there's only 1,000 people, men and women, some even teenagers that operate in the positive, they are a big threat to the stability of the paranormal in that country. Sometimes not even 1,000, even a few hundred that operate in the positive they are already a big threat. And if let's say that 100,000 people leave the darkness, then the paranormal has collapsed in that region. That's the threat of people agreeing with Christ. That's why, through the media, through the schools, through culture, through all means around you, are bombarded with the occult, with the paranormal, to keep you trapped, to prevent you from ever seeing the truth and agreeing with Christ. Because everyone that agrees with Christ is a danger, a threat to the paranormal. That's why you have all that paranormal resistance that's haunting you, that's coming after you. It's not that you are accursed. It is because you're out of the negative. And that's a good sign. Look, there are people in the world who are lost, who are haunted, because they are used as scapegoats to fool worldly people that they are alright. So you have people that are in the negative who are haunted, okay? So just because you experience a haunting doesn't mean that you are blessed. But look, if you know these people where always, all the time, they are relieved, things go easy, then you need to watch out. Because such people, most of the time, they're either in agreement with some demonic principality through a soul contract they've made, and because of that, then they now have a relieved existence. They earn money easily, they're socially relieved, but they're lost. And now they need to cooperate with keeping the population in the negative. Or you have people that Satan just keeps them happy in the negative to prevent them from ever realizing that they need to be saved or that they need to be delivered. So don't judge circumstances based on five senses. Look at the bigger picture. That being said, we had peace.